Morning, everybody. I'm out for another adventure on one of my days off. Right now we're on the Blue Ridge Parkway heading north towards Mount Mitchell from Asheville, and we are going to go up basically to about where Craggy Gardens is, and from there we're going to cut down and do a really cool section of the National Forest that's just kind of an out and back to Big Ivy, which is one of my favorite places. And there's going to be a lot of dirt road, a lot of vertical gain, so it's going to be a really cool day. There's lots of cars out on the parkway today, but that's all right. Lots of people enjoying the day as well. Hikers, bikers. It's a beautiful day in Western North Carolina. So I think we're in for a treat today. Alright, so we just made our turn off the parkway. We are up at Craggy Gardens, and it is steep. We're pretty high up in elevation. The temperature has changed. The cars were going slow up the mountain, which was nice because it gave me a really nice draft. The CT was working pretty hard on some of that steep stuff between third and fourth gear most of the time. But yeah, now we're up here at the top, so we're going to be able to catch some dirt. Right here, it says, shoot. All access is prohibited until further notice due to hazardous conditions caused by a natural disaster. No foot, bike, motorized, or manual vehicle, horse, or any other method may be used to access this area. Dang, dude. That really sucks. I'm going to figure something else out. And maybe there is something else I could do. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do instead, since we can't access this super cool road, I think I'm going to ride the rest of the distance down the parkway to the turn for Mount Mitchell State Park. And I think I'm going to ride the CT up to the highest point east of the Mississippi. I think that makes the most sense since I'm already all the way out here. And then I'll have a nice long cruise all the way back down the parkway home. So it's a real bummer that that's closed because Big Ivy would have been really cool to do. But I'll have to get out there the back way through Weaverville and all that. So that's the new plan. So to Mount Mitchell we go. Well, I'm pretty bummed out that Stoney Fork Road is closed. I don't know if that's from the storms last year and it's been closed this whole time, or if that's from the 7 inches of rain that we got in a single day 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it's not all bad. I've been planning to do a ride up to Mount Mitchell at some point anyhow, so I figured this would be cool. It looks like I got some riders coming up behind me. I'll let them go since I am much slower. Literally in the clouds right now. You can see the tunnel over there in the distance, and it's blue skies behind us. Just nutty. Uh-oh. These boys are going to want to pass again. That's fine, I'll let them. If they somehow ever see this video, Sorry I'm holding you guys up. Wow, wind is picking up. You can see it just blowing this cloud right through the mountain here. Or up and over the mountain, I should say. Might stop and take a look at this overlook, let these other motorcyclists get ahead. God, it's so beautiful up here. It's just ridiculous, you know? Stop and take a look. Can you see these clouds? That's so cool. What a wild thing to be riding through. This morning I was walking my dog and I was too hot. And I'm up here heading towards Mount Mitchell and I'm worried I'm going to be a little bit cold. What a fun place to live. The wind is really picking up. I'm not sure if this is a storm that's coming through or if it's just some clouds. Kind of curious about what our elevation is right now. 5,545 feet. And it's getting pretty chilly. Kind of curious about what our elevation is right now. 5,545 feet. And it's getting pretty chilly. I'm back and forth. I'm downshifting, I'm upshifting. I'm going 38 miles an hour. Luckily, it's the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's nobody behind me. But man, when this kicks up, this trail is working so hard. And I do have the 13-tooth sprocket, for those of you that might be curious. So that should put it into some sort of reference as to how steep this is up near Mount Mitchell. And again, highest point on the East Coast. Right now we're sitting pretty right around 5,500 feet. So we still have another, 1,200 feet of elevation gain before we're at the very top. And it's crazy because the foliage completely changes. It goes from being regular trees basically to pine forest up here. And it's so weird. There's just little pockets of warmth and warm air. We should be nearing the turn for Mount Mitchell pretty soon. And boy, that sign back there said rough road next 15 miles, and it was not joking. Did not seem this rough in my car the last time I drove this. But this will be the trail's first time up to Mount Mitchell, so that's a big deal. Thought about doing it some months back, but ultimately opted not to do that. One, because I wasn't sure if it would be open, and two, it would just be way too cold. I didn't feel like taking that on. Slow going up to the top. The speed limit inside the state park here to the summit is 25 miles per hour, which is about all this thing is going to be able to do at the steepest anyway, so. Right now we're at 5,900 feet. About 800 more feet to go in terms of elevation gain. Still about 3 miles, I would say. Mount Mitchell State Park. Oh, summit is 2 miles ahead, so. That says 30. The speedometer says 32, so good to know that it's only off by about 2 miles per hour now. If you can believe this, it's gotten even steeper. And we are up at the summit. This is as far as we can drive. We'll park over here. And right now we're at 6,535 feet. Let's hike to the top. Elijah Mitchell, scientist and professor, died in an attempt to prove this mountain the highest as the eastern in the U.S. His grave is at the summit.
Sorry, I just. We can't see like no, he wasn't.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for Mount Mitchell. We're gonna be coming back down. Boy, we got a whole whole bunch of construction. Is that guy waving at me to slow down? Can't go much slower than 15 miles an hour, bud. So we're back on the parkway. Have a nice, pleasant ride home.